Since the dawn of time, people have wondered whether life exists in space, and whether there is a planet somewhere that, like Earth, could support it. While such ideas have lived for a long time only in people's imagination, in recent years, researchers have found more and more evidence that there might be planets like our Earth. In the infinite widths of space, places exist where living is possible. In this video, we want to take a closer look at these planets, and also deal with what humanity knows about life outside the Earth. So if you want to know what these so-called exoplanets are all about, how realistic it is to colonize Mars, and how researchers were able to find out all these groundbreaking things in the first place, stay tuned here at Wisefool. Let's start this video with a few scientific basics, which show what is necessary so that life can develop on a planet. On the one hand, a planet must accommodate water. On the other hand, it may be only a certain distance from a star so that it does not receive too much, but not too little warmth. These two characteristics apply to the Earth and are thus a condition that life could develop here in the last few billion years. The Earth has not only the right size to develop life as a planet, but it also depends on what kind of star the Sun is. Because the Sun is a highly constant star that has existed for 4.5 billion years, without significant incident, it is the perfect provider of energy that makes liquid water possible. Many other stars that form the center of a system similar to the Sun, and around which several planets orbit, have the major disadvantage of expanding too rapidly and eventually exploding. Such an explosion makes all life in the vicinity impossible, which is why scientists have failed to discover a planet with conditions similar to Earth's for decades, until the first exoplanets were found in the 1980s. In scientific terminology, exoplanets are planets that orbit around a star similar to the Earth and are accompanied by various moons. According to some sources, about 300 million of these exoplanets are in the Milky Way alone. Of course, this does not mean for a long time that life can develop on all of them one day. Some of them fulfill, however, quite the conditions necessary for a habitable planet. The best-known exoplanet is Proxima b, which is more similar to Earth than any other celestial body ever discovered. Proxima b is located just 4.2 light-years from Earth, which at first glance seems extremely far away, but compared to other discovered stars and planets is very close. It is exciting that Proxima b is still located in the same galaxy, that is, in the Milky Way, and is just 27% larger than Earth. Since the planet's interior could be more or less identical to Earth's and comprise the correct number of layers, it has the right composition to move in a functioning solar system. In this regard, the star around which Proxima b orbits has exactly the right size and a similar distance as the Sun to Earth. This fact quickly led the world's best scientists to conclude that not only must liquid water exist on Proxima b, but the planet also meets every requirement to be, in theory, as fertile and life-enabling as Earth. Some researchers even go so far as to say that in many generations, humanity could have developed the technologies to travel through space at the speed of light. While this is still an absolute utopia, should these predictions come true, scientists believe it is possible that Proxima b could one day be visited by humans. Besides Proxima b, however, other exoplanets are much farther away, but according to some findings, show the first signs of active life. Such planets like Gliese 667cc are supposed to have meanwhile the condition in which our Earth was 359 million years ago. At that time, our world consisted of tropical areas. The first organisms were independent living beings. So although Gliese 667cc, with a distance of more than 23 light-years and 3 times the size of Earth, is rather untypical for a planet capable of supporting life, to all appearances, the first known life outside our solar system could have already formed. Of course, while these assumptions are the best possible research by international experts, no one can say with certainty if and when there will be life on planets like Proxima b or Gliese 667c. Many researchers and private companies have therefore been more concerned for some years with what it might look like if humans spread out into their own solar system. Not only did a few dozen humans land on the moon, for example, billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are working to put a human on Mars one day. With current technology, flying to Mars would take about 9 months. Although there is little hint of a livable infrastructure and probably only frozen water, many assume it will be a short time before the first crewed research flights to Mars can start. However, As Elon Musk has often mentioned, many experts still question whether a real settlement could occur. What is also questioned by the vast majority of experts are the sightings of UFOs or other extraterrestrial visitors. Although almost all scientific knowledge points to the fact that no life outside of the Earth would have visited us in any form, so completely some high institutions want to include it, however, today. Since, in the last 18 years, over 400 sightings of U.S. military members were recorded, the Pentagon and NASA have invested for years much money into the investigation of possible extraterrestrial life. Of these 400 sightings, some could be cleared up fast, and they often turned out as unannounced flights of private persons. With others, there is, however, until today, no trace of a logical explanation as to why many humans assume that the Earth is visited again and again by extraterrestrials. Write us at this point in the comments whether you believe in extraterrestrial life or think this is all just humbug. We are curious. To clarify the just-mentioned scientific gap, the Italian physicist Enrico Fermi published already in 1950 a controversial essay in which he explained that there could be extraterrestrial life, but for various reasons, we have not noticed anything about it yet. Fermi described in his thesis that there could be quite more life in space if the formation of the Earth should be an ordinary process, since according to him, the entire galaxy is about 10 billion years old. Life could have arisen elsewhere in this time, which could have developed at a similar pace as humankind. This life would have been technologically then, either so advanced that it could have discovered the entire galaxy, or, however, already long ago, again extinct. On the other hand, however, he questioned why, if such a highly advanced civilization existed, why it was not here yet. These insoluble counterpositions quickly became known as the Fermi Paradox, and to this day, give different perspectives on possible life beyond Earth. Nevertheless, it must be stated that since the beginning of the research, there has been no confirmed incident of aliens visiting Earth. With all these extremely complicated topics, one question remains to be answered in conclusion, and that is how the best scientists in the world research all these things. The answer to this question is very complex, but one central object has recently been providing extremely important insights into space and space research, and could also completely change our view of things in the future: the James Webb Space Telescope. This gigantic telescope was launched at the end of 2021 into an orbit 1.5 million kilometers away from Earth, and had since been investigating the universe's formation from there and searching for possible exoplanets on which life would be realistic. It is equipped with the best cameras and sensors in the world, enabling it to photograph galaxies far more than 500 million light-years away. While it has not yet been able to detect extraterrestrial life, this $10 billion telescope may be the key to one day discovering a planet that can be easily colonized by humanity or is already inhabited by another civilization. Space exploration is probably one of the most exciting things in the world, and there will be some cool discoveries in the years and decades to come. Write us in the comments about what you think about life outside the Earth. Can you imagine not living on this planet one day? Otherwise, if you're into science content, check out our video. See you next time here at Wisefool.